Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia. Welcome to the TNT Podcast, episode 27.
27.
Freeman confirmed the number.
Yeah.
Hashtag lock it in.
We finally know what number we're on.
We are here for a week of very little news. And a pretty short topic, but that's okay because it's almost 9 o'clock and we can't afford to go that late anyway. But as always, on my left, we have co-host number 1.
Which of us is on your left?
Which is the number
that's
one?
The joke. It was
Andrew, aka
there
Friedman.
you go.
Yeah, sure. And then on his right.
And then on my right, the right hand
Just
man.
Tyler.
Yeah, just Tyler. No, I thought.
Yeah.
No, see, it's more like a triangle, but it's just. I mean, it's still a left and a right compared to me, but
everyone is someone else's right
to the
hand.
left,
but
right.
I'm on
the
Freeman's
bad, the
right,
ugly.
and Tyler's on your left, and it's fucked up anyway.
This
It
is
would take
fucked
Venn
up.
diagrams and stuff to explain it. And it's an
Yeah.
audio only podcast, so anyway.
All right, Tyler, you gonna take
Tyler,
the lead this week?
in a
with
week
your-
of
Man.
massive drama and betrayals, why don't you start off with a massive drama and betrayal?
Fucking. You know. Yeah, I'll just start off with it. So Bungie kind of dropped the ball this week.
Hell
I was
yeah.
gonna go into this with a little bit more heat.
Well,
When I
I don't
started-
actually know what's going on yet, so you need to explain it like the basic level here of why everyone's
Yeah,
confused.
so basically, Bungie has adopted the whole loot box system,
Yeah,
right?
boy.
Like, a la Overwatch and Battlefront, but it only really happens after you maxed out your soft level cap at level 20.
Mhm.
So anyone who's played like any sort of MMO can like understand this. Like, once you reach the soft level cap, then the only way to get better, right, is to get like, better gear and everything
Mhm.
like that. So instead of making that stale, right, the level up, every time you level up in Destiny, you get a loot box. And so what players have found out, especially after like a bonus XP weekend where you could play with your buddies, like anyone in a clan, if you join with them, you get bonus XP. Well, people have noticed when you play for a decent amount of time, right, after that first level, the amount of experience that you get from an activity drastically decreases
Yeah.
with like every like time you do that activity. And they never came out and said that.
Nope.
When you say
And-
activity, you mean like a specific like event
I
or
should-
like
Yeah, I
map
should
you
be
go on, or-
more specific. Like, well, really anything like strikes, public events, stuff like that. And it's supposed to. They said it was supposed to discourage like the farming aspect,
Oh my god.
but they weren't. Yeah, they weren't. They didn't like come out and say it.
That's never gonna
Right.
fucking work. That's the whole end game is farming.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Wait,
that's
hold on.
what.
Quick question: is it like after you do it once, you never get the same amount of EXP, or you can't do it repeatedly?
I think it's after you level up, right? Like, so like say like the day starts, right? You say you do like 3 public events, they level you up, which is kind of insane, but like that's just like the example. And then it's like later on you find out, holy shit, I got to do like 6 public events. Like that, not each one gets decreased. Like everything in general decreases. So it's like, say you decide you want to go to strikes, those will give you less experience as well.
Oh wow, that's really shitty.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would take forever. And you know what though? Like I've kind of noticed it myself, but I didn't really think about it. I was like, maybe I am just not earning a lot of experience.
See, the other best part though is that it's secret.
Yeah, they didn't tell anyone about this until someone came, like a bunch of people came out and were like, "Yo, this is kind of fucky." Like,
This is
Bungie, what do you think about
fucked
this?
up.
Fucking crickets. Until like a couple days ago, where they were like, all right, so we've heard some feedback from people, and we're gonna
Yeah.
change it to accommodate that. That we think that it's not doing well, so we're going to like basically they're gonna scale back a lot of it, so things just like
Hell yeah.
are more consistent. But the fact that they did this
That's the
really
first
it really hurt them over the weekend.
Oh yeah, it did.
I'll tell you, it fucked me up. Personally, it fucked me up because, like Tim, I've been a Bungie fan
Yeah.
since Combat Evolved,
Yeah,
right?
boy.
and personally, I always thought Bungie could never do any wrong.
Pep.
And I don't know, there's been like some weird whisperings like over these past years, and then this one was just really sketchy. Like it was just fucked up. But it's fucked up because like you know for a fact the reason why they wanted to scale back the level ups is because they want people to buy these loot boxes.
How much are the loot boxes?
Actually I don't know. They're like a couple bucks.
All right.
Can I chime in though here, Tyler? Because I actually heard some of this story from one of my other podcasts.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, like you said, it was discovered that but also part of it was that the XP that it would like flash on screen was the same number it was supposed to be, but if you actually checked the progress bar, it wasn't correct.
I believe that.
Like that's what the other podcast I listened to, the Best Friend podcast. There's a guy there who plays Destiny 2 regularly, and he said that.
I didn't see that, but you know what? I believe it though, because I had thought, right? Because I remember in the past, well, the past as in a couple weeks ago, right? Like I would level up, I would get my loot box milestone or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna move on to strikes, or I'm gonna do some shitty crucible, and I'm not getting anything, but it's like, oh hey, at the bottom of your screen, because it does show you how much you earn after each activity is completed or after every enemy you kill. And it's significant when a quarter or like a fifth of your bar fills up after a strike.
Yeah.
Right? But then also you do another strike after you've leveled up, it's like a small ass tick.
Yeah.
Oh, so when did the scaling ever reset, or was it like a once you did it, that was it? It's always low for now.
I think it reset like after like a day or two.
If you did, basically, yeah, like Tyler said, it was to make it so you didn't just crunch it out in one day. Yeah. But as far as I know, or at least the other podcast I listened to said, after Bungie said we're gonna look into this, like 24 hours later they came out with a new thing, and they had just across the board, they had gotten rid of that scaling thing, but across the board they had slashed all XP by like half.
Yeah.
Across the entire game. And it's like,
y'all don't want to buy loot boxes?
No
one's getting XP.
The other comment that I heard from the other podcast that seems correct is after EA, they probably had shit like this, like they were waiting for someone to figure this out. There's no way that's too fast of a reaction time.
Everybody with loot boxes is getting hit right now.
Well, I mean
Belgium
is like,
saw what happened to
gambling.
EA and said, yeah, these loot boxes are a really good idea. Let's go forward with this right now while everyone really hates it.
Well, I mean, it's also like EA, or not EA, like Belgium and Hawaii are like, yo, it's gambling. And then England is like, no, it's not gambling. But a lot of people are getting pretty pissed off about this shit. Which actually, funny enough, Freeman, how do you think that affects like things like Magic, where you have a booster pack?
So the thing is, I know Magic Online already makes all of the acquisition rates highly apparent. Like you can go and see what the chances are of opening something in a pack, and because of that, it is legal.
So that's why it's funny. China has laws where you have to publish your loot box rates, but apparently Blizzard for Overwatch has different rates in China so that no one in the rest of the world knows what their Overwatch drop rates are.
That's correct. Yeah, they had to change it specifically for that.
Fucked. Oh, that just feels so grimy.
I mean, it is. It really sucks.
Like, that just feels fucking gross.
It's all gross.
Anyway,
speaking of Magic and gross.
Yeah, so I don't think I tweeted about this at all, but over the weekend on basically there's a big kerfuffle in the Magic community, like a big kerfuffle. On Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, this woman, Christine Sprankle, I think is actually how.
I think she was in Game Nights like
she was in a bunch of the
ago.
professors' videos as she's one of she's
one
a
really
of,
good
if not
cosplayer.
the biggest Magic the Gathering cosplayer out there. She's done a lot of cool stuff. She did the Sick Liliana, Chandra, Elspeth, all this amazing stuff. She announced that she was quitting Magic the Gathering cosplaying and was going to sell off or just give away all of her equipment and in progress pieces. because she was being harassed and bullied online. And then, after being asked about it, she basically said it's mostly this one guy, this guy called MTG Headquarters, or he also goes by Unsleeved Media. Him and his fans, he has basically been riling. He's like the best comparison.
Inciting hatred.
He's like the Alex Jones of the Magic the Gathering community, where he just constantly talks about how like he's made lots of like homophobic, transphobic, like anti-women in Magic comments. Hell, the professor did a video about it that was really good, where he talked about it and showed clips of him. But I also saw another clip where he was like, he said basically women who cosplay as Magic characters are 6 out of 10s who want to feel like an 8 out of 10 and get leered at for a day.
God damn.
And it's
a lot
like,
of awful comments.
He's really fucking awful.
The sack of shit.
But then, of course, as always happens on the internet, because the internet fucking blows, apparently, as you might expect, there was a big crackback against him for these comments. And now he's like, well, now I'm the victim because I'm getting death threats and I'm getting harassed and it sucks for me too. And YouTube took down his primary harassment video on harassment grounds, although apparently, according to an article from fucking Kotaku today,
Jesus,
he did an interview with them and he was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get it back because I counterclaimed it and I think I'll get there. But then he denounced that Kotaku article as a hit piece, but he has done all these videos and stuff, and the professor, like I said, did this 150,000 viewed video where he's like, this guy has not only harassed me, but he's harassed lots of creators.
Dude, Wedge from the Mana Source came forward and said if his fans didn't stop harassing me, I would have killed myself. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, like, well, first of all, Wedge has been
Holy
suicidal
shit.
for a while.
He actually just did a video where he's like, I'm taking a break because I need to deal with my mental shit.
Yeah, and all his fans going after him, just it messed with him.
This guy's a real, like, this guy just throws internet losers at fucking people, and it's crazy. But it was real crazy because one of the posts on the Magic the Gathering subreddit hit r/all, so all the shitty internet people saw it and came and did like massive drama on the subreddit, and then
that's what happens.
It got so bad that Wizards of the Coast actually made an official announcement about cyberbullying. They basically said, but unfortunately, it's a Magic the Gathering thing that just connects everyone, but it's really just another... I don't mean to belittle it, but it really is just another instance of cyberbullying in general. It's not really about Magic. It just happens to be that everyone's connection...
The subject is Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Wizards can't do anything here. Like, they could revoke his DCI number and say he can't go to tournaments and stuff. That's it. Like, then it's up to YouTube to decide if he's like crossed the line into constant harassment and battering. Like,
yeah, it would be up to YouTube if they want to play, which it is.
Yeah, but
and didn't you say they took down one of his videos? Right?
They did. Probably tons of, because it's from the sound of the Kotaku article. Tons of people are reporting his shit, probably rightfully so, for harassment and bullying and things like that. And he also does very, very clickbaity stuff. Like, I think the primary video that he had posted was titled something like "Playset of Beta White Knights Rush to Cosplayers' Defense" or something like that.
God,
White Knight is a Magic card.
White Knight is a Magic card, but that's clearly not what he means. But like, it's just been this massive thing on the subreddit, and like threads are getting locked left and right. People, there's like an open letter that like 60 pros signed saying that if we see something at one of our events, we're gonna act on it. And then pros started coming out saying we recognize that some of us were shitty people and we're trying to be better. But then like all of his fans are saying you're just as bad because you're enforcing harassment, and then everyone from r/all is like, oh look, the professor did a video where you're calling him out, aren't you just making it worse? So it's just murky internet bullshit at this point, and it really reinforces my decision that I made years ago, where I decided to not turn hard into YouTube for videos for a career and instead focus on a real job. And I will say a real job.
Damn, shots fired at the YouTubers.
Blat.
I like. I know that for them it's a real job, but anything tied to the internet and people on the internet is not real for me, because shit like this happens. That's what I mean by real job. I'm not saying that effort's not put in. I'm saying it deals with too many fake people, because they're not real people on the internet. They're a shitty person who gets to explore the shittier part of their personality because they're anonymous. Yeah. And if they couldn't do that, the internet would be a more real place, but it's just fake bullshit. Anyway.
Tell us how you really feel, Tim.
No, seriously though, that was like
anonymity is very strong, and people can't be like.
I had a few months near the end of my time at Utah where I was doing enough YouTube videos that I made about like $500 or $600 a month for about 3 months straight. It was more money than I was earning from my part-time job at school. And I was like, yo, if I wanted to, I could really turn hard into this. I could try. And I was like, fuck no. For a lot of reasons, but that was certainly not irrelevant. The fact that I was just trying to not be part of that.
Right.
Anyway, but let's get on to some quick, happy comic book shit.
Yeah, comic book stuff.
Let's hear about this one.
Yeah, so yesterday when we were going through all this, I was like, oh man, I didn't read it, but man, I'm super hype about it. So
now I read it.
Yeah, now I read it. I went to the comic book shop.
Oh my god, you actually did.
Yeah, I fucking did. Yo, it was an experience. It was like
hell yeah,
the best comic book experience. Like I picked up 3 today. I picked up John Wick, and I picked up that new Punisher, 3rd in the series, and then there's an Injustice 2 annual that I picked up with a Wonder Woman backstory for this side of the franchise, for the Injustice franchise. She killed what?
No, sorry, I'm not trying to derail you, Tyler. Did you see Justice League?
Always. No, I didn't. Okay. I haven't gotten it because I wanted to go over the weekend, but like everybody and their fucking mom was home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Keep going. I just before I forgot, I wanted to check because I'm sure fucking didn't.
The first issue of John Wick, the comic book, came out this week, and what's cool about it is that it shows it's a prequel to before they even called John Wick Baba Yaga. And like for all the people or for all the people who don't know John Wick, he's this assassin. He goes around killing people because they killed his fucking dog. It's awesome. You should see it.
I still haven't seen the second movie, but the first one was awesome. And from the sound of what you've said, Tyler, the second one's also pretty good.
So good. So good. Like I got real sweaty when I found out that this was coming out this week.
Oh.
And I couldn't wait. And like I will be honest, the first issue's like whatever, honestly. It's not that great, but I don't know. Dynamite doesn't really produce a lot of good stuff. They published
was it the story or was it the art? What was it that
the art's okay, but the story is like I wanted him kicking a lot more ass the first issue, but he didn't really.
Aren't issues so short? I always am so loose on what an issue is, but isn't it?
They are pretty
tiny?
short.
I mean, I wanted to beat the shit out of people until like 20-30 minutes in the movies.
Yeah, I mean he does like shoot people in this issue, but
then hell yeah.
It's not as much as I wanted. But it's setting up.
Spoiled by the movie though. The movies really did a fantastic job of having the action feel really slick. Like it's not like a lot of action in like comic books movies that we're going to talk about in a minute, but like it felt very real and very visceral, and it's hard to convey that in a comic book. I feel like it's hard to go back to that medium once you've watched a well done movie like that.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I'm definitely worried though. I'm gonna keep reading this because I don't like to go off of the first issue. That's just dumb.
You always got to give it a couple to like.
Gotta give
get
anime 3 episodes before you figure.
But man, no, except Dresden Files. I said fuck this. I'm sorry, because well, I didn't read the old ones, Tim.
I still have the omnibus somewhere here. I've never touched it.
They started like a new run very recently, and so far I haven't seen past the first issue on the shelf.
What does that mean? Like people are buying it?
They're not buying it.
Oh.
In fact, I didn't read past the first issue. I thought it was absolute shit.
Oh, of course it is.
I thought the writing was not good.
How is it possible that after Dresden's books are so good, it's like anyone else, like the TV show, fucking garbage, the comics, not fantastic.
Yo, to be fair, in the show, they didn't even write him the correct way.
Oh, they fucking
didn't
wrote
write
everything
Bob the
wrong.
correct way.
Dude, Bob was a guy in a skull, not a fucking spirit.
Yeah, dude, it's like they took the source material and they said, "Fuck this, we're writing our own."
No. It's one of those cases where, like with anime or something, where they had the skeleton of a story, and they filled in all the details themselves, and they filled them all in wrong.
I would say.
Oh, they want to do like a live action adaptation.
Yeah, there was a live action Dresden Files TV show.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, sorry, you said like an anime. I thought you meant like writing a new anime. I'm like,
well,
no,
like
you mean,
how
adapting
anime, like hell, the original Hellsing is the example that pops into my head right away. Where
I think of Die Hard the video game. Do you know how that game came about?
Oh my god, yeah.
That game, Freeman, do you know?
The story of no, I don't know the story of Die Hard.
So like there was Die Hard the movie, and Fox Interactive, they like contracted out some Japanese developer to like make the game for Die Hard, and to people who have never seen Die Hard. And for everybody who's hasn't seen Die Hard, it's about Bruce Willis going to Nakatomi Plaza and blowing away Snape.
It's fucking great. It's fantastic.
It's the best Christmas movie ever. But in the game,
we're not having this discussion right now.
Yeah, we are.
No,
I'm making a conscious
we'll wait for
effort.
the holiday episode.
Oh God,
that'd be great. But so, but I just can't because like it's hilarious because like how do you go from like one dude single-handedly taking down a terrorist cell to he's going up the building and he's fighting like these quadruped robots. It's so ridiculous. And like motherfuckers got rocket launchers and shit and a helicopter.
Awesome. Oh my god.
I mean, it was a good game. It was like a really good game.
Good game.
But man, it didn't make any fucking sense.
Well, before we get too off comic books though.
Right.
Let's talk about the literally biggest comic book trailer of the year for movies.
Oh man, I watched this at the comic shop today. It was the best setting.
I watched it on my phone earlier when I was at work, and then me and Val watched it on the TV right before this. So for those who don't know, although I'm sure you've seen it at least once, or you're already trying to avoid it, we won't spoil it, but the Avengers Infinity War trailer #1 hit the internet today. I watched it about an hour after it came out, and I was in the sub-million group, and then and then when me and Val went to watch it, it was over 14 million.
Holy shit!
And by
you guys
far
posted
number
about
one
it.
Trending.
I wasn't sure which trailer you were telling me. You're like, oh man, the big trailer launched day. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I went out to trending on YouTube. Of course, it's #1 by a wide margin.
Oh yeah, I posted on my personal Facebook, not Timpedia Facebook, and I was like, this is the other giant trailer of the year, whereas the other one I would think is Star Wars.
Right.
Any Star Wars trailer really, but this is a massive fucking trailer.
Dude, I got goose pimples though.
Dude, when
it was a really good trailer.
it was very good. I'm already a little worried about a few things, but overall I think it'll be good. I honestly don't think Thanos looks great. My dad made a comment to me and texted me. He's like, he looks a little cartoonish, and I watched it again. I'm like, fuck you, Dad. You ruined it for me.
He told me, he's like, yo, Thanos looks like Bruce Willis if he downed like 4 gallons of purple drink. I was like, God damn. Go back, audience. Go back and watch it and tell me he doesn't look like Bruce Willis.
Regardless,
Die Hard feeding into this.
there's a lot of good stuff in that trailer. But I gotta say, Tyler, speaking of Goosebumps, when they played the Avengers theme at the end.
Oh, dude. Yes. Yes.
That's one of those. You know what? That's one of those sneaky themes. Like, everyone knows Jurassic Park or Star Wars, like the classic themes. Dude, that Avengers theme is like one of that's moving up there in one of those themes that you just recognize.
Yeah, I can see
that. Like,
fucking,
you just know those beats, and that trailer just ends with that punch, and it's fucking good. I don't think any of us are not hyped for that movie.
Yeah, I'm beyond excited, and I still haven't seen like two of the 3 last Marvel movies.
You still have to watch Thor Ragnarok. Black Panther's still coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which ones haven't you seen?
Obviously Thor. Guardians
Thor?
2, maybe. That's another new one.
I haven't seen any of them. Thor, Guardians 2, and I didn't see Civil War.
Spider-Man?
Oh
wait,
my fucking god!
Yeah, right.
Freeman,
Wait
you're
a
so
second.
behind the times. Like half.
Yo, I'm so behind.
Freeman, half this trailer was spoilers for you.
Yeah, half
I
this
already
trailer
knew.
was spoilers.
It's fine.
So Tyler,
I don't even
speaking
know
of
what was
which,
spoiled.
so right after I watched it, my dad texted me in reference to a character meeting another bunch of characters at the end of the trailer.
Oh yeah.
And he's like,
yeah,
"Why
yeah,
is that thing on his face?" And I'm like, "You didn't see Thor Ragnarok, did you?" And he's like, "Your sister bailed on me." And then me and Freeman were talking about it before you got on, and I'm like, "Freeman, you didn't see it either, did you?" He's like, "Nope."
Damn.
I mean, I figured I'm so far behind. It's like, there's shit here that I'm going to see when I watch the movies leading up to this release.
At least Civil War. Like, okay.
Oh no, I plan on watching all of them before Infinity War.
No, I know. But like this trailer, I mean, like there's a minor spoiler for Guardians 2. Yeah, literally there's a minor spoiler for Guardians 2, a minor spoiler for Ragnarok, and then but like half of the trailer is all shit that happened because of fucking Civil War.
Civil War.
Like, oh, look, the guy with the machine gun is in that. He shouldn't be there unless you've seen Civil War. Or I should say Leslie and Val's waifu is in the trailer because of Civil War.
Oh my god.
Respective waifus.
Oh yeah,
fucking Leslie
both of them,
lays
yeah.
fucking claim to
that's okay.
what's his
Val
face?
likes her own waifu.
Oh, the term is husbando. Thank you very much.
husbando.
It doesn't matter, Freeman. They're waifus. they're too chibi for Val and Leslie.
Real waifu.
Listen, I'm a straight man, and I will say they're attractive. Man, when Captain America... Wait, this was in... Was this in Civil War? No, it was in Winter Soldier. When he was grabbing onto the building and then holding onto the helicopter at the same time. Yo, I get sweaty.
I know what you mean, dude.
I get super sweaty. I'm like, oh. He shouldn't have worn a shirt. Shouldn't have.
No, it should have ripped from the force.
Oh, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Like
it would have gotten damp in the theaters.
Like
they knew they couldn't do that.
Like in the show Val and I are watching, where a certain character's shirt just rips at the end of a tournament arc, Freeman. Freeman, he's gone bare-chested.
The umami! No!
All right, anyway. Freeman, let's tackle our last real topic before we get to the weeb shit.
Okay, this one's been bugging me just because all my coworkers will not shut up about what's going on with
Dude.
Bitcoin. Holy shit. So today was a great day for this topic to happen because over the weekend, my buddy Elias, who has been following Bitcoin since they were only $400 a coin, wouldn't stop sending me over 9,000 memes because Bitcoin hit $9,000 on like Friday, Saturday, something like that. Point is, I go into work today and all my coworkers are flipping out because it's approaching 11K really, really fast. We had the whole discussion about, is it a real currency? Whatever. The discussion has every 3 days, someone brings this up. And some guys like, no, it's impossible. Bitcoin will never go down. Lunch happens. Bitcoin drops $1,000 in an instant. And what happened was the whole thing that caused it was all 3 major Bitcoin trading websites went down at the same time. And everyone was so afraid that this was it for Bitcoin, they just immediately sold.
Oh, shit.
Holy fuck.
Like there wasn't any real reason for it. It just happened. Like there's so little confidence in this thing. Like it will disappear in a moment if enough people are
that's
just,
a fucking bubble right there.
Yeah, right? And like once everyone saw it going down, my coworker started panicking. He sold half his shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you yourself this morning said it's fine. Bitcoin will never go down. This is everyone's treating like a get rich quick scheme. It's really annoying.
I mean, it's like putting stocks into or money into Google stocks. It's like I wish I could have done it at the beginning because it would be a nice chunk of change right now, but I'm not gonna fucking do it at this point.
But that's the thing, like with Google stock, like the difference between stock and Bitcoin is that if a company goes under, as a shareholder, you're entitled to some of that company's assets. If everything goes south, you will walk away with something because that's what a share is. If Bitcoin,
not with cryptocurrency,
yeah, if everyone suddenly says it's not worth anything, congrats. You have a bunch of coins that are worth $0.00,
and you probably spend a fuck ton on them.
Yeah, or like if you had a day like today, like if the stock market starts crashing, they close the market. They don't let trends like this cause every price to drop. If you have 1 hour where fucking Bitcoin.net is down, congrats, your currency's dead because everyone's paranoid.
That's fucking
there's
crazy.
No controls on it. And the worst part is I was asking my friend, like, what's the problem? He's like, you don't understand. Like, my Bitcoin wallet is on this website. Like, if they go down, I lose my money. And I'm like, isn't the point of Bitcoin that it's decentralized, that it doesn't, like, belong to a bank that could...
Yeah, no. Yeah. Isn't it supposed to like, it's his? Like, if something happens...
Yeah, so because of this, he went and he bought, like, a physical... I forget what they're called. Like, it's a physical device that you will store your Bitcoin on.
You can hold it on anything. You can hold it on, like, a flash drive if you wanted to.
You can, but, like,
I'm gonna make that your wallet.
I gotta step away for a second. Hold on. Keep going, though.
Okay.
But, yeah, viewers, I ask you to describe in the comments why you like or buy Bitcoins, because this is... I'm on, like, month 5 or 6 of having this conversation every other day about why it's the greatest thing ever, and then watching shit like this happen and no one
I don't think it's the best ever. Yeah, like, I'll put my 2 cents in and saying that, like, if you really want to take a gamble, right? Like, my coworkers are doing the same thing, but they're not getting into buying stuff with it.
Yeah,
they basically want to be like
for money. It's
they want to use it to, like, get, like, money. Like, they're treating it like stock.
Yeah, it's
like, who actually pays with fucking Bitcoin? Let's be real.
I've got a couple friends who they're just excited at the whole, like, decentralized. It's not tied to a country. It's not tied to any one organization. And I tell them, like, that's all fine and dandy, but what the hell's wrong with US dollars that you don't want to use them?
Yeah.
And no one has, like, a real answer. Like, yeah, it's a cool concept. Yes, it's unique. It has advantages, but, like, there's no particular reason I need to use Bitcoin.
Mean, I'm trying to buy stuff off the black market, Freeman.
See, that's
I'm
why
trying to
you gotta buy
the whole
on the internet.
anonymity. You can't track the money. That's why Bitcoin started.
Yo,
like, this is sex trafficking money.
I mean, what do you think I'm trying to do? Holy shit! No, was it have you seen that movie Dope?
No, I haven't.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm like the only remotely ethnic person in this party.
Hey, whoa!
Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
Hey, whoa! Whoa!
Tyler, just because you're right doesn't mean you gotta throw it around like
No, that was like part of the premise though in Dope. It was actually kind of funny. Like later on this movie, the main character, he has to sell these drugs or else he's gonna get got. So he's like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna sell like all these drugs within a short amount of time? So he sells it over the internet and he exchanges it all for Bitcoin.
Oh my god! Wait, who was in this movie?
Yeah.
Who important was in this movie?
Sounds familiar.
ASAP Rocky was in this movie. Lenny Kravitz's daughter, who's really hot, is in this movie.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
The dude who plays Zero in... what the fuck movie was that called?
ASAP Rocky with the $sign.
Yes, ASAP Rocky with the $sign, the rapper. Who is not that good. But yeah, I thought it was a fun movie. But what was I saying? I don't know. Bitcoins as a stock. Yeah, sounds alright, but I don't know. As a currency,
yeah,
it's too volatile. Because when shit like that happens, especially when no one has faith in it, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid.
Though I did wish I bought when it was like 400.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. Like,
shit,
it would
man.
have been great to get it on the ground floor, but it's just too late now.
Yeah.
I think it was Warren Buffett said something. Someone interviewed him like, "What are your thoughts on investing in Bitcoin?" And he said Bitcoin will be worth a lot until the day it's not.
Ooh.
And I thought that was pretty telling.
That's pretty
that
fucking
any
good.
day like today, it can happen. Where it's not worth a lot, but we'll see.
That's pretty spicy.
All right, should we move on?
Let's Freeman
Yeah.
take us to where.
Oh God, there's nothing to talk about, but it's still the weeb shit.
Yeah. I couldn't
So
think of anything good.
I went through all the news this week, and there's like nothing going on. We are in the anime news drought, but in the sea of nothingness.
There's some shit that I care about.
A small diamond was found at the bottom of the abyss. So they announced a sequel for Made in the Abyss, or sorry, Made in Abyss. They did not confirm if it was a second season, a movie, an OVA, but all they said is continuation coming. There was a big Made in Abyss like event in Japan. The director, voice actors were there. They had like, you know, figures, comics, all the other fan shit there, and they had a giant poster saying continuation coming.
You know, there was a My Hero one where the theme was that medieval ending to season 3.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That ending spawned so much shit. Like, I don't know if we mentioned it, but when we were at the Ren Fair, we saw someone dressed as Deku and what's his name? No,
Bakuga?
Fire and Ice.
Oh,
Todoroki. We saw
Todoroki, yeah.
Because I spotted him immediately because he's got that like half red, half white hair wig.
I mean, like all the people at Comic-Con.
Yeah, there's mad people who've been dressing up like that.
Dude, it's because My Hero is this shit.
You know, people bought into that like fantasy ending.
It's really cool.
Really hard.
It's a super unique little thing to do at the end. It's like telling a little story just on the side. For those who don't know where the fuck we're talking about, in the last season of My Hero Academia,
Hero Academia ending 3 specifically is what we're talking about.
Ending 3, the ending song plays over basically a montage of not really retelling, but it's basically a series of shots of the main characters as if they were living in a medieval world instead of the world they're living in. So it's everyone's wearing like armor and medieval stuff, riding horses, it's castles. I'm making it sound a lot more impressive than it is, but it's a really cool, like, it's literally like a 1 minute long story that they tell of like meeting the rest of the main cast. And
I mean, like, compared to the first ending, which is literally just Deku running at like the sunrise for a minute and a half, like it was a fun ending. People enjoyed it, and the fact they had all these like official costumes from it.
Yeah,
they started producing like posters stuff. People started cosplaying it. It got huge.
Like, here's Deku as like the peasant warrior, and here's Invisible Girl as the mage, and here's Ida-san as like, I don't even fucking remember. And then Todoroki is the prince, and Bakuga is like the barbarian douchebag, and or just douchebag.
Yeah,
douchebag.
So I randomly, as always, I just read through on the episode where him and Bakuga have to team up right at the end of season 2. And Val's like, man, I fucking hate Bakuga. He's just such a shit.
I was watching Hero Academia with my sister this weekend. She was back for Thanksgiving, and she was on like the next to last episode, so I got to watch the All Might Nomu fight again. But I forget what was happening. Oh no, it was at the beginning of the tournament arc. Bakugo was just yelling at literally everyone in their class, and she's just like, "They both need to stop yelling." And I just keep flashing to the whole like Deku Bakugo team up arc where Deku's like, "We need to stop yelling," as he yells at him.
He just flies in and punches Bakuga before All Might can even fucking punch him, and he's like, "You fucking idiot! Let's do this.
Yeah.
Stop being so annoying." Anyway,
moving
I'm
on.
hype about this because Val and I know last week we said we had like 3 episodes left. We finished Made in Abyss, and that show is not for the faint of heart, but it is really good.
I'm very excited to start it.
Dude, there is some
some dark shit.
Freeman, you're the one who said it's fucking dark.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a dark anime. It's not gonna end well.
It's not gonna end well. Like, it's not when the anime ends, it's not gonna end well. But there is like multiple like, I'm uncomfortable. This is so dark. Like, I made the reference last week, but even more rough shit happens before the end of the season.
Oh man!
And yet somehow, like at the very end of the season, you're like, yeah, things are good.
Really turned around.
Anyway, go ahead, Freeman.
So I brought it up about 3-4 weeks ago when they announced Shin Megami Tensei 5 as an exclusive game for Nintendo Switch. I know this is video game news; it's not usual weeb shit, but they did put out a trailer saying it would be released in North America and Europe as well. So I'm very excited because we didn't have the official announcement for it, and I'm excited. This is like the big RPG that the Nintendo Switch needs because all I play are RPGs, and there's jack shit in that genre out right now.
Speaking of games, though, there's actually some interesting My Hero news. I know we just talked about it, but Bandai Namco put up a teaser website where they had a countdown timer, and it was the timer on a microwave with an egg inside of it, Freeman.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
right.
the actual URL is like MHA
OJ.BN.
Yeah, and
So
everyone's wondering.
Website.
Everyone thinks that the game is going to be called Original Justice, but basically the idea is that Bandai Namco seems to be teasing a My Hero Academia video game. If it could be on
in 5 days, they're going to announce it. I just clicked on the thing on the site.
it would be great if this was good, like the Attack on Titan game was supposedly really good.
The most recent one was really good from Titan.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not that it would follow the same format, obviously, because obviously Attack on Titan and My Hero are a little different. But if it could be the same quality, that'd be awesome.
All they have to do is, I know you guys probably haven't played it, but the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, that was the first time I played like it wasn't a 2D fighter, it was in a 3D area, and there was a lot of movement involved.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the best anime fighting game I've ever played. And actually no, in the first article on Google search mentions that they're speculating it's Ultimate Ninja Storm style, because if they did, that'd be really good.
Again, this is thanks to the Best Friends podcast, because they actually put time and effort into their podcast. but they mentioned how do you handle Stain? How does Stain's power work in a one-on-one situation? Does he just win every one-on-one?
It's got taste of blood. Maybe he has
like a wind-up where it takes him like a full 3 seconds to lick the sword.
Eraserhead just turns every game into a normal punching game.
I'll say he'd probably have to do some special move to like.
It would probably
bleed or
that's
something
the
like
annoying.
that.
That's annoying though, because that's like his whole identity is he's fast, but he also is like, oh, I lick your blood because I'm gross, and my tongue is all fucked up.
I don't know. Probably not chance to stun. I don't know. You probably do some kind of move to make you stun.
I'm sure. Maybe he has to. Maybe it takes him like fighting moments to take out his sword or some shit. I don't know.
Or maybe they might not even include it.
How do you game balance an anime here?
Or you just don't include Stain as a playable character and he's a boss.
No, that's dumb. You gotta have
gotta
Stain.
Of course it's dumb, but it's easier than fucking figuring it out.
No, like you don't even have to.
Be like the only villain in the game.
Wait, what? Oh, playable villain, you mean?
Yeah, because like,
dude, even Nomu's busted.
Whatever, he's just a reskin of All Might.
He is literally a reskin of All Might.
Dude, imagine if literally you select All Might and you're like, I want costume too, and it's just a big bulging Nomu face.
Oh my god.
Fucking bird face.
See, but he can't go beyond plus ultra, so he can't be All Might.
Oh my god.
But anyway, we're basically out of news already.
Yeah, that's it for the Weeb shit.
Not a lot actually happened this week. I guess if we're gonna talk about Weeb shit, it's kind of going into my weeks, but Val and I started watching Food Wars. That is
very important. Viewers, I cannot recommend the show enough.
Look, if someone could put out a non-hentai edit, that would be great. But yeah, don't be surprised if it's going to be a little uncomfortable at the start, or maybe not if you're into that kind of thing.
The first episode is by far the worst, and then I think by episode 4, all right. So anyone who hasn't watched Food Wars, it's Iron Chef the anime. Except anytime someone goes to taste test, it breaks down into like half-ass hentai sequence.
Yeah, and it's especially because the big boobed girls, because they're all big boobed girls.
All because the original author used to draw like hentai comics before. He's like, fuck it, I could write a real series.
Also, be careful whenever anyone eats anything that is squid related, because
there will be
that
a
shit gets awkward.
Tentacle sequence. Thankfully, there has not been one since the end of season 1. I think
there was 3 total over the course.
No one has eaten squid and had a tentacle sequence since season 1. I think.
I don't think so. No, not well. Season 2 is the tournament arc.
Yeah.
So no one made squid during the tournament arc.
Well, no, even from the second half of season 2 and in season 3 right now, which is beyond hype, there hasn't been one of those sequences yet.
So is season 3 currently coming out?
It's currently airing. Season 2 was only 12 episodes. 3 is currently airing. It's on like episode 8 or 9.
It
but
is.
Season 3 is going to be 24 episodes.
Oh fuck! So we're gonna be watching this for like 3 months.
Hell yeah!
Shit. All right.
It's good.
It's really fun. It's a very fun show. It's super cool to see like a fighting anime that's not actually. Although they use every chance they can to show the characters as if they were fighting each other. Like with
they really
swords
abuse
strapped on
like
and shit.
people like pointing knives at each other, even though they're never actually fighting.
No, but like the tournament arc just ended with 3 characters with swords all strapped to their bodies, like facing off with each other in a few shots, but they're actually just cooking.
So the reference might have gone over your head, but you know the one fight where it's Megami versus like the seafood guy? Right at the end of their fight, when the taste has happened, they both look at each other and suddenly they both just turn into JoJo characters.
Dude, I said that to Val.
Oh, God.
I'm not even kidding. I was like, Val, so in JoJo, there's a thing called a stand, and these two are having a stand battle right now.
That's exactly what that was.
Dude, no, don't worry. I have not watched JoJo, but I know enough dumb JoJo bullshit that I know
Good,
that was a
thankfully,
stand battle.
You got the reference.
Oh my god, Tyler.
God, I wouldn't get the reference.
There's what they make a Fist of the North Star reference in there too.
They do. That's true
Oh,
too.
good. Good.
Which fight? Which one was that, Freeman? I can't.
It was
remember.
it was when they come back from the training camp, and the senpai was always wearing the apron. He's like, "Oh man, I wonder
Oh
how
my
they
God.
return from camp." And they show everyone, and everyone's like fucking jacked.
Oh yeah,
and,
that was.
And someone's like, "You're dead to me." Is that's what the subtitle said? And it's clearly them butchering the catchphrase, but
that was there too. But I'm pretty sure there's also a scene where someone does the ora ora ora.
oh, he does
Oh,
the
no.
Or someone does a lot of punching, or it's a lot of
he
chopping
does
of
the
something.
atatatata
Yeah.
from Fist of the North Star.
That's what it is. They all,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, they all come back from training camp. They're all jacked as shit, but it's just for one shot. It's
Yeah, it was
really
great.
funny. The show's a lot of fun.
I love it.
It's really, really fun to watch all the characters, and it's not like Dragon Ball or anything where it always comes down to the main character. There's lots of other super.
Every
good
other
chefs.
character matters a lot.
Yeah, like it's
Like everyone's
funny.
on pretty equal levels.
Everyone that the main character rooms with, outside of 1 or 2 people, doesn't fucking matter at all. Even though they're good chefs, but like all of the other good chefs are insanely unique.
Like
and
everyone's got a unique
super
cooking
cool.
style.
Freeman, okay. This isn't really a spoiler, but Val and I just watched the episode where the after tournament arc stuff happens. Like I was telling you, the shot where the 3 guys from the finals are in that one room together chatting and hanging out.
Yeah.
That was I will take
The
the
banter
whole
was
tournament
great.
arc for that one 30-second scene where they're all in a room together just being buddies.
Just like saying, "Oh, I could have cooked it better."
Oh, yeah. Like they try the other guy's cooking. I could have done this shit better.
God, I don't know shit because I haven't seen this show.
Dude, like if you
No.
can get Pat, like we showed you the first
Yep.
food guys in that show when we were camping.
Val
and Ryuji
remembered
made
it too when we watched.
the
She's like, Freeman
fucking
showed us
bacon
this shit.
pork roast.
But I'm trying to watch other shit. I'm watching this Western on Netflix right now.
Godless?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's meh.
Oh, really?
Someone recommended it to me.
I wanted.
forget
I've
who it
heard
was.
good things. I wanted a good Western.
There's like one scene that infuriated me, and it almost made me like want to take it off my queue.
Ugh.
But I kept watching it. Like it has some cool parts in it. Like in fact, there's a lot of cool parts. Right? I almost want to suggest it. I kind of want to get through it first before I even.
I mean,
suggest
me and
it.
Val are in anime pretty deep until Food Wars is done. But after
Yeah.
that, we might need to stop watching anime, especially because in 2 weeks,
You don't need to
In
stop
2 weeks-
watching anime.
in 2 weeks, my box set's gonna show up, and I'm gonna make Val watch all 49 Gundam Wing episodes. And
God,
Hell
she's
yeah.
gonna not like it. I can already.
I'm
see
sure
it.
she's not, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Before
Damn.
we finally go to the topic, one more Food Wars comment that I have to make. Freeman, what's the
Yeah.
guy's name who runs the resort the training camp's at? It starts with a D. Why can't I remember it right now?
Are you talking about the guy with the eyebrows?
Yeah, fuck.
That's
Why
not
can't I remember
Doma
his
or something?
He is so my favorite character. It's not even close.
Oh my god, he's got the best. He's also got one of my favorite voice actors voicing him. He's Dio from JoJo, but it's
Is he really? Holy shit.
yeah. Hold on, let me see. Dojima.
Dojima. I fucking love Dojima.
Dude, he's the best.
Tyler, there's one judging round or during the tournament arc where he's judging with 4 women. And as one of the food as the show goes on, instead of just foodgasms, they actually have like a scene where they talk about like, oh, this makes me feel like I'm on the beach, and they'll be walking on the beach or some shit like that. One of the meals him and the 4 women eat is like so hometowny and so like friendshipy somehow that there's a shot where the 5 of them are like walking through an amusement park, and they say, let's all be friends, and he is skipping along behind the 4 girls, and it is the funniest fucking
God damn.
It's good.
It's
like I'll put it this way.
Jesus.
My cosplay team has only ever come together to group cosplay 3 shows. Gurren Lagann, Full Metal Alchemist, and Food Wars.
Dude, that's some fucking spicy shows. Those are all fantastic.
Yeah, right? It's usually hard
Val
to get
is
to
super
agree,
pissed
but...
because she's like, we need to do a group one, but all the group ones I want to do, Freeman's group has already done and ruined it for us now.
God damn.
That's like, fine. I'm always down to redo it. My cosplay
like,
group is dead.
She's like, Tim, I want to do Full Metal and I want to do fucking Food Wars. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to do Gurren. But like all 3 of those, like, nope, Freeman's group already did them. So and fucking, we're never gonna get Leslie in a Gurren costume other than Winry. She has, but Luigi also hasn't watched half these shows because he fucking sucks. He'd only do Food Wars.
He only watches cute girls doing cute things. Anime.
All right, let's go to the topic. Speaking of which, the topic today is going to be VR.
Yeah.
How I believe we've all tried it. Tyler, you had it at Leslie's house that one time.
Yeah.
On my birthday when I got to try it out.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are going to talk a little bit about VR, any experiences we had, what we think about it, where we think it's headed, and so on and so forth. So strap on your headsets, everybody. We're going in after the break. We're going into the Matrix, the VR.
Yeah.
Matrix.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
God, no, stop.
Let's just go to the fucking break. And we're back. Time to talk.
We're back.
Talk in the virtual with the virtual reality machine.
Hell yeah. Die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah, that's the kind of game I want to play.
No, not SAO, please.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. Anyway, Freeman, since you came up with this topic, why don't you tell us about your experiences with VR, since you work with Alexa and fancy people like that, So
unfortunately, I did not get to work with VR through work. They have been talking about trying to buy whatever Microsoft's new VR headset is, but the problem is...
Is it the one that... Oh, no. Oh, dude, that's the one that excites me. Yeah.
It's really cool, but the problem is it was like $3,000 for the initial developer kit, and the problem is like, well, how the fuck do you make a VR component to UPS? And we sat there for an afternoon and we're like,
we have to think of it. We need one of these.
And that's one of the issues we'll touch on at the very end of like applications of VR. But in terms of like what's out there for VR now, the first experience I had, like I hadn't used it before, and me and a couple other buddies were in this like group where we always pool together and get someone a birthday present. And one friend, we had no idea what to get, and one of my buddies like, let's get him a VR headset. And I turned to him and said, no, he's just gonna use it for porn and nothing else. And they're all like, fine, no, don't worry, he'll be fine. We'll get him like a Bluetooth controller for his phone so it'll work out. So we got him what's it called? Samsung VR. He spends like an afternoon going through like the games and demos before he hands it to me and he says, hey, how do I hook up the porn? So
oh my god.
Before I I'm not gonna talk about the porn, but this is like the setting of the story. But I tried out the VR headset for the first time, and it has a bunch of, I know Samsung VR has like these built-in videos where it's basically just these 3D videos to kind of make you feel immersed. And I did this one where you're in like this Japanese fish market. And it was getting really cool. Like I felt like I was there. And then my friend accidentally fucked with me. He walked behind me to go into the other room, but it was at the same point in the VR video where someone walks behind you.
Oh my god.
So I was like, holy shit, this is getting too real. And it felt insane. But again, that was also a real life thing happening, tricking me. But the real thing I wanted to talk about VR is that Samsung VR doesn't play Pornhub's VR videos at all. Like it crashes the browser.
Oh my god!
So my friend, he's like, "Dude, come on, set this up." So I spent literally an
Dude,
hour.
come on, man, you got
the
it.
headset on my head trying to navigate to this website. But the real part of the story I want to talk about is when you use Samsung VR,
Yes.
Like when you use the browser, it is essentially it's a screen floating in front of you. You're in this room. It has like a skylight and there's like a window off to the side, and it kind of it's honestly it's a pretty well designed room. It looks like one that you would like stay in if you were vacationing on an island or something.
Yo, for real.
And
it's pretty nice.
Like an hour in this room trying to get his browser to work, just to be able to full screen have a video play. Like ignore the website I was on. Just I'm sitting there in this
ignore the hub.
Room, and after an hour, I'm like, dude, I can't get this working. And at that point, I realized I hadn't taken the headset off in almost an hour. And it's like maybe 10 o'clock at night at this point. I take it off, and there was this huge disconnect. I'm like, I just spent an hour in this room that was very bright and well lit and had like tropical music playing or whatever. And now I'm like back in my friend's shitty apartment at night. And it's like it was the weirdest disconnect. Like at first I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be that realistic. It's not gonna be like sort of online. You're not trapped in the VR world, but like coming back into the cold, wintry apartment of my friend after spending an hour tricked into thinking I was on like summer vacation in this VR world felt oddly jarring. And I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool.
It's pretty neat.
And that's probably the big reason I want to talk about VR, especially in how it relates to gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Just because every platform now has their own like VR headset.
Yeah. No, I mean I only got to use it the one time earlier this year at my birthday when Tyler brought over his Samsung VR. That was yours, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty spicy. Christmas. It was a fun little thing. I remember you guys all took pictures of me with my head whipping around and everything like that.
Yeah, from the outside, it always looks pretty stupid.
But it does definitely look stupid for other people to watch. But it was a lot of fun. It's a cool thing to do. I remember the only other time I tried it was my coworker at my old job brought his headset in, and that was also pretty different. He didn't. His thing might have been Samsung, but he also had a horror game going at the time, which was really cool.
Yep.
And those things get spooky as fuck. I already don't really like horror games, but man, oh man, that was fucking scary to be like hearing things off to the left and turn your head instead of anything else. Oh man, it gets real spoopy. But it's a really cool thing. But I honestly, Freeman, you were talking about the Microsoft one. I forget what the name of it is. I
don't actually know. I've only really used PlayStation VR for gaming.
Back when I was in Utah, I remember I used to listen to a Windows podcast or a Microsoft podcast once a week from like this tech group of podcasts. I learned a lot from it, but they talked about the Microsoft one, Smart Glass. That's Google. That's Google. Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever the Microsoft one was. It was really cool, and because their thing, unlike everybody else, is AR, not VR.
Mm-hmm.
And I think AR is way cooler than VR. Because VR is exciting.
HoloLens, that's the one.
HoloLens, yes.
Dude, this thing is insane.
Dude, so VR is really cool. Strapping a thing on your head and doing your own thing in your own bubble is super cool. But I'm more interested in the ability of something like that to work with augmented reality. Like the way when I saw the original trailer for this thing from Microsoft, it is so fascinating to watch. Like, of course, they're always the idealized scenarios, but like one of the things was a guy playing Minecraft, and he just starts knocking pieces out of his own wall, and he starts opening up a cave in his own wall, or takes apart he starts beating up his table for wood, and then you see zombies walking around in his apartment. This woman who's trying to fix her sink, and there's a guy remoting in, and he's like drawing, like he can see the sink, and he's drawing like an arrow going around part of the sink so that she can see how to unscrew it and where to unscrew it and things like that. It's that's super the fascinating.
You know why I'm scared though?
Why?
I saw there was a Black Mirror episode where you don't know that it's like augmented reality until the very end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Oh god.
And this is kind of like a spoiler, but like it kind of like hit me. I was like, Jesus Christ, like this could be a thing. Like
dude. Like when you say augmented reality, like they were trapped in an augmented reality, or were they just wearing glasses?
So what happened is
go ahead.
like everybody was getting everybody was shooting these monsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, yeah, we're just gonna kill them because they're monsters, and they actually looked like monsters, like some fucking creepy like creatures. And then all of a sudden, one of the main character of this certain episode, he gets hit with like, as nerdy as it sounds, even though I don't watch the show, he basically gets hit with something that looks like a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who.
Okay.
And he like, what the fuck? And it turns out,
no,
the soldiers have been shooting humans the entire time.
Oh yeah.
And it was all a front. Like they were getting
yeah.
fed like certain things and like, you know, getting treated like with their brain. So like they see, like when they shoot like targets, they see monsters.
Yeah,
and that's all they see until like they
dude,
get it taken off.
Really fucked up.
Dude, I'm like, holy fuck! Like they were killing like entire refugees, entire towns, everything like
this
that.
Really opens up that like Jaden Smith.
Oh no!
What if my eyes aren't real nonsense?
No,
God damn. Oh my god! But like that stuff is cool though. Like it's pretty cool. Like I think it's cool. I mean,
both sides are definitely cool, but
yeah,
AR is so cool.
My first exposure to VR was there was this like alumni from our school, and he was making this horror game in VR. Actually, you guys might. Oh my god, what the fuck was the name of the game? I can't remember, but like it was hot for all of like maybe 2 weeks, and then it died.
Oh, for real? Like it actually made it to release?
Oh yeah, he this guy actually made a couple games to release. He also made like they made like an office simulator like after this. Oh no, it's called Grave. That's right.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, like I said, it was only hot for like maybe like a good second, but you can look it up. But this was like way back in the day when I think it was almost like about like 3 years ago.
Oh, so like early Oculus even.
Yeah, like our school. What did I buy it? You said, or
what'd you say, Freeman?
What the hell? No, it was for Vive is one of the official platforms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was originally because our school was one of the first like places to get an Oculus like dev kit.
Mm-hmm.
And
holy
so,
fuck, this game is freaky.
It's a little freaky and it's fucked up because he's like, "Yo, this game is so like in development. You ain't got no guns, so have fun." I'm like, "God damn."
So in development.
And it was pretty cool. And you know what? I was outside. I was outdoors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, put on the fucking Oculus. And he gave me like a set of, I don't know, some headphones. And it was out in the middle of the desert. And I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, this like the gameplay looks a little wonky, but like this looks genuinely scary and I'm not wearing a headset.
Yeah, yeah. And you wear a headset. And also, because like it's during the day and it has like a day-night cycle, so like, you're supposed to like gather up whatever you can and then try to survive the night. And it gets super dark, and these fucking lanky ass looking alien monsters come out of nowhere.
And that scream.
Yeah, so Freeman's already experiencing it.
Oh my god!
But then the second time, I was at GDC. GDC, they were talking about like. Literally, almost every talk I was at, they were like, VR is the future. AR, VR is the future.
Yeah.
And then I want to just talk about, like, even the cheap stuff, like the Samsung Gear VR is like pretty good. It's only $60, but it's actually pretty solid.
Dude, I like forgot about it, but I should get one at some point. Val and I both have Samsung phones. I have the new 8, so
and I won't lie, I was one of those people that tried the Netflix application. And you know what?
It felt like in a movie theater.
It felt like I'm like, man, I ain't got no 50-inch screen television.
Oh my god.
But you know what it feels like though? It feels like I do. And it feels like I'm in this like chill mountaintop place. It feels like I'm not in my like dinky ass house.
Oh shit, that's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels like you're somewhere else and it's cool. It's an odd sensation because like you know you're in your room, but it feels like I'm in a very dark room with a large TV screen in front of me.
And like it runs pretty well. Like it doesn't run like shit at all.
Yeah.
If only it didn't burn out your battery crazy fast.
It does. That's the only problem. It kills your battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably I can see that.
Understandably so. But hey. Like I kind of wish I had like I could plug the VR like I mean, for all I know, they could have made a newer one that's better. But right now I can't have my phone like plugged into the Oculus
and
then
also
plugged into the wall.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't allow you to have that. I guess they were concerned about people pulling on wires that are moving around, but like none of the Samsung VR games involve an insane amount of motion.
No.
I don't know. For Samsung VR, it was more about like visual experience than it was about the games, because they didn't incorporate any kind of like controller input for most of them. A lot of it is all just controlled by looking. And again, a lot of the games will just rely on the horror element, and that seems like be like the big trend. Like horror is cool in VR, and people are struggling to find other cases where it plays effectively.
Yeah. Because, like, shooters and first-person things are still pretty wonky, where you have to have Twitch reaction and good control.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do
tough.
a 180 in real life just to shoot the guy behind me.
Dude, 360 no-scope in VR, man.
Yo,
I got it.
I just realized I want to play PUBG in VR.
Oh, my God.
I want to play VR. I want to play VR PUBG with, like, one of those, like, bullet shock vests.
Oh, my. What if you had to, like, actually get on the ground in order to go prone in that game?
Yes, I would do it.
Insane.
I would do it, man.
Oh man,
I need this in my life.
I feel like that's a project we should work on. It's like map VR controls to PUBG or something.
Oh God, I need this. I need this. I need to go hit up I need to hit up Bluehole or like the PUBG company or whatever. Be like, yo, I'll work with you. Just let me help. Give me a job and
give me a job,
just let me. Actually, give job, please. Please. I'm not begging or anything.
Dude, I ain't begging.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think unfortunately, the hardware, as great as it is, it's not where it's supposed to be.
No.
I think the more, like, give it like another, this is kind of like a long way, but give it 10 more years. And it's going to be fantastic.
Here's the problem. I think a lot of interest in VR has been steadily decreasing.
And I know, because it's a trend.
Explosion that they wanted.
Yeah, because it's literally a trend.
Yeah, I think people expected it to go up even faster than it did. And since it's not, people are like, oh man, now I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the same thing happened with motion control gaming, like 7-8 years ago when the Wii did it, and it was pretty good with Wii Sports, and then PlayStation and Xbox like, we've got to have our own version. And then right after it comes out, like nothing came of it, and then they just kind of silently let all of them die.
Yeah.
And like now motion gaming doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. The problem is too, I think it's also
someday.
expensive. Like,
yeah, that's
you need to
huge
get
fucking deal.
Yeah, like 600. I mean, this is the Vive on sale, $600.
Dude, my downstairs neighbors who struggle between paychecks or just a few months ago told me and Val they were like waiting for 2 days to get a paycheck to have anything more than ramen. They're like, yeah, we want to get the fucking Vive as our Christmas thing because this thing looks so exciting and cool. Like,
that's the thing. You need a decent computer to run that. So on top of the 600.
Oh, the guy's also building a computer, and he's like $300 in out of about $700 he's gonna need to spend. So they want to spend.
He needs at least a 9 series.
You gotta finish your computer before you can even like use a Vive correctly.
Yeah, you need like at least. I think it was like a 980.
980 was like the minimum to run it, I think.
Yeah, fucking minimum.
He was getting like a 1050 or something.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's basically he had a really cool case that's about the size of my case actually, but then he decided that he wanted to turn it into
not a mini ITX.
He wanted to build a mini computer.
Get the fuck out of here.
They always look cool, but there's no point.
Not super mini, but actually, honestly, if I have way more than enough money at some point, I would like to build a computer like that for the living room.
Oh, same like just a media computer.
Yeah, but have
I
it be a
plan to do that
little
one, too.
beefy because, like, especially like in a world of VR and things like that, or add-ons, it'd be nice to have something that can run something like that.
I mean, you could always do that, or you could run. Oh no, because the wiring is hard to say. Run something like, was it Steam Link or whatever that thing is, where you just plug it into your.
Yeah,
Steam Link
Steam
was,
Link.
like,
What the fuck?
Steam
Yo,
Link
it's
was
good.
super cheap recently. For
Yeah,
Black Friday,
I
it was like
have
$1.
one, and I bought my cousin one too.
My cousin,
Have you been using it?
I got a Steam Link.
No, but have you been using it?
Yeah, dude.
Does it work okay?
Yeah, it plays
Oh.
fucking well. It plays. I've
Really?
been playing Darkest Dungeon. I wanted to play The Witcher on it. It runs pretty well. I mean, also granted, I have mine hooked up. I have it hardwired.
It's probably a good idea.
That's kind of needed.
Kind of needed it. Apparently, you know what though? Steam did say with a Wi-Fi connection, it is 1-to-1, and I don't believe them.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
Never is.
I don't believe them. I really
that's the
don't.
same reason I opted to get a Chromecast Ultra on Black Friday, because I'm like, you know what? I like wired. I like not dealing with my Wi-Fi fucking with me.
Chromecast Ultra?
I should have.
It's like the new one they have, but it supports Ethernet.
Oh,
I should have
and
done
lets you do
that.
4K if you
No,
have a
you
connection.
know what?
actually.
I'm actually fine with not having 4K and not having wired. My
Oh
my
no,
Chromecast
don't get me wrong.
and
Regular's fine, but with the Black Friday, because normally it's $70 for the Ultra, but with the Black
yeah.
Friday, I got it for like 40. So it's like, you know what? It was close enough to regular.
It's $5 more. Why
from
not?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I might as well do the Ultra today while it's on sale. Like, I was going to get the regular one
Mhm.
until I saw the sale. So I don't blame you having the regular one. It's all you really need. Look, it's gonna be a while before I actually start streaming 4K. That's
Yeah,
not where we are
that's-
right now.
That's the other thing. It's like there's no 4K content out there. Like
Yeah, no
Netflix-
one. Will...
And honestly, okay, yes, I'm not an idiot. 4K definitely looks better than non-4K, than 1080p. But like, really, does it look that much better that it's worth all the shit you probably have to do to upgrade everything?
Look, I'm gonna be that guy and say I'm still fine with 720p.
Yo,
10
same.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm at 1080, but I don't care to go higher than 1080.
At least in terms of anime. There's
Yo, I'll watch a
Well, of
VHS
course with
though.
anime. Fuck.
I'll
Come
watch
on,
a
Freeman.
VHS. I don't give a fuck. If I can watch something, I don't give a shit.
Yo,
I'm
if I can
not
watch
picky.
shows that have that 90s aesthetic filter built into the medium, I'll do it.
Look,
Get
no.
the fuck
Here's
out
the
of here!
thing.
What?
Here's the easy answer.
Wait, no, timeout. Wait, what? What did I just hear?
God,
All right,
It's
you
not
watch-
even the same as me saying like I'll watch it on VHS. Like, no, Freeman's
You watch
talking about
Kung
watching
Fury,
a
right?
Blu-ray movie. Hold on, Blu-ray movie with the fucking like VHS tracking
oh
on
my
it.
God.
Get the fuck out of this
God damn
podcast. What is this?
Nani.
No, I'm saying that's what I
Actually-
love about VHS is that it's just built into the format. You get that.
No, that means it's. I need to walk up to the VHS and fucking track that
No,
shit.
I was
Dude,
just
people
gonna...
will go back and listen to like Betamax tapes or whatever
Those
just
people
because
are
they
fucking
just 'cause-
losers.
it like reminds them of the feel of the era.
Jesus,
God
fucking
damn it.
lame. No, I was just gonna say, fucking. All I need is to not see giant big square pixels. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, no, you don't want that 480.
no.
I understand.
480's too not enough. You gotta have it has to be widescreen at this fucking point.
16. So all right, so you want a 16 by 9 aspect
Better be
ratio.
16 by 9 and it better be clear. As long as there's nice
No,
solid
man,
lines.
because man, I don't care. It can be 4 by 3.
Fuck you.
It
I
can.
can't
I don't give a
stand
shit.
the boxes anymore.
No, Tyler, it's okay. If you want to watch a 4x3 thing on a 4x3 monitor, go right the fuck ahead. But if you're gonna make me try to watch a 4x3 thing that's coming out now on a
Yeah, but
on
I
my
don't-
monitor
I
I'm
can't
sitting in front of,
watch-
fuck you.
I can't watch my Courage the Cowardly Dog or my old like you
Oh
know
my god.
other shit. Like I got an SD TV, but
Go sit in front of that then to watch that.
I
dude,
can't
I
because
had
I
one in
don't
my
have
room
any
for,
of
like,
that shit.
a
I gotta
month
watch
ago.
it online
Oh
on my 16 by 9 TV. It's shit. So I don't
It's
mind. Like I
shit.
said, I don't mind because I was raised at the bottom of the trap.
What do you think? We
Jeez.
weren't?
No, y'all forgot your roots.
Oh my fuck! Get out of here.
Yo, I still have all my Disney VHSs downstairs. Those things are never going away. They're a priceless gem.
There's so many VHSs still at my parents' house.
I still have VHS recordings of Dragon Ball Z that I had to record because I couldn't watch them after school.
Oh my god!
I have like the last half of the Boo arc on VHS that I recorded.
DVR. That was the best DVR. Fuck the real.
Oh my god, it changed everything.
It's like you go out, you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy at least 5 blank VHS tapes.
Oh my god,
Dude,
fucking around with your VHS timer.
Oh my god, my parents absolutely never ever did it. We didn't use those.
No, the best one, which I wish I had the knowledge back when I was a kid.
The knowledge.
But I wish I could, and the money. I wish I could get 2 like VHS devices, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking. So I remember this is what my aunt and uncle used to do, right? They would take the original VHS tape, and then they would edit it.
What?
So that my cousins could watch it.
They would like cut out vulgar parts and stuff like that.
So wrong.
Oh my god, parent censoring.
Yeah, but you know what though? It gave me the idea. I'm like, yo, but I could totally take videos like off cable and do it that way. That'd be the greatest. It's fucked up.
TV edited movies are probably the worst thing on planet Earth.
Oh my god,
yeah.
The bad like voiceover lines.
Dude, the amount of times I've seen clips of Happy Gilmore when my brother would be flicking, like whenever my brother and I are home for the holidays over the past few years since we both went to college, he'll just sit in front of the TV and just flick through channels. The amount of times I've seen Happy Gilmore come on and he's like, fudge sickles. I'm like, this is the worst thing ever. This movie doesn't deserve to exist.
TV edited movies are actually shit.
They're the worst. Never mind the fact that they fucking cut it up at the worst time for commercials, but they also have to just ruin it with all this other shit. It's frustrating.
That's why I really don't watch TV.
No, I super don't watch TV at all. Like, actually.
Everybody asked me the other day, they were like, so did you watch Miss Universe? I'm like, I didn't even know Miss Universe was going on.
That happened? I didn't even know that either.
Yeah,
I don't
right? That's what I'm saying.
Anymore.
Had absolutely no clue that was going on right now.
I had no idea. And then like some like news anchor got fired.
I heard
like yesterday. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Nope. Sure don't.
They're like, but you don't watch TV? I'm like, no, I don't watch TV. Well, what do you do when you get home? Nigga, I play video games. What the fuck?
I watch Netflix.
What do you mean, what do I do?
Tyler, you do watch TV, though, because you watch Walking Dead.
That's literally the only thing I watch on TV.
Doesn't count. The show's bad.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I asked Freeman about it before he got on, and he's like, this past episode was the weakest of the season by far.
Oh, shit. I haven't seen this last week's episode.
Whoops.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's the weakest of the season.
Sorry,
it doesn't matter because Supernatural's actually garbage.
Dude, fuck. Tyler, but you're still going to watch it.
No, I told you, like, after this season, I'm pretty sure
Tyler, after this season, that means you will watch it again, though, on TV.
Yeah, no, actually, I haven't been watching it on TV. I've been watching it on CW.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
If you want to get that technical.
God damn it, Tyler. Jesus.
Yeah. Though I do like the format. Like I do miss watching episodes when they come out like every week. Cause like then it gives me something to talk about with people. Like now every week.
Now it's just you watch an entire show in a week.
Yeah, I don't like that though. Because when an episode comes out every week, everyone
I love the discussion.
Can be caught up. Yeah, this is a good discussion. This is actually a good one, and I know it's off topic of
Dude,
VR.
Who cares? Come on, this happens every time.
TV is VR.
TV is the old school VR. Well, I mean, they did do like back in the day. They tried their best to like get people to immerse themselves. Like,
see, but TV was never a question like VR is. VR could genuinely turn into just a niche case thing. Like TV was never, ever gonna be. Oh, maybe some like not it. Like, obviously, there's the money question, but it was never going to be only some people are going to want a TV in their house. No, everyone's going to want a TV in their house.
No, I don't believe that at all.
Really?
Maybe when they sold it, they're like, oh, everybody's going to have one of these in their house. But like,
I remember, like in Back to the Future, they're like, oh, we have one in our kitchen and one in our living room. They're like, you have 2 TVs? You must be super rich. No one has that.
But I'm not saying that they didn't want it. I'm saying there's lots of people who don't even want VR or who don't care about VR.
Yeah. I mean, the other problem is
like we're in a world where you use a TV every single day. I don't think we'll ever get to a world where 95% of the population in the United States uses a VR headset every single day. I just don't know if that future will ever come.
You know how retarded people are? You know how dumb people are, Tim? I've had to teach people how to use fucking email. Email! That shit's been around since the late 80s. Early 90s, give or take.
I had to teach a coworker how to sign up for Gmail.
But I'm talking...
See, that shit.
I'm talking in that 20 years. Even in 20 years, like, the next generation that grows up with VR being purchasable in a store are still not going to be like, this is the hottest shit thing. I have to have it all the time.
You don't know that. I don't think you know that.
See, I'm extremely sure. I'm very certain.
Yo, you want to put money on it?
Of course I don't. I need to save money to make that next generation happen.
No, I want to put some money on this.
The hell no.
Like Bitcoin. I'm trying to invest money.
Tyler, you just lost me completely. The podcast is canceled. We haven't done that in a while.
We're bringing back the canceled podcast. No, because you know you're going to lose money. That's why. See, audience? He doesn't want to.
No.
He doesn't want to do it.
Oh my God, Tyler! I brought this up. You didn't even
bring in the topic home.
Jesus,
bring in the topic. I'm dead.
We looped it back to Bitcoins into YouTube careers.
Look,
yep.
We no, but this came up before. Like, what do you use VR for?
For porn. Friedman said it earlier.
It's about the viewing experience.
No, it really is.
And you know what else that's like? Going to a movie theater. Paying your money, seeing a movie on the big screen, loving it, and then never doing it again for that movie.
But that's the thing I want to kind of drill home. That it makes a really good viewing experience, but I don't know how it plays out as an interactive medium. And I brought this up before with the whole developing games for. Hold on, I got to mute her before I say it. Developing games for Alexa, because despite the fact that it's cool to like listen to or get visual or audio feedback from, it's not something that's easy or enjoyable to interact with in the same way you would like a game. So with a controller, it's sitting there, you know your controls, you know what you're doing. But having a lot of motion involved means there's a lot of variables. I even saw in the game that Tyler mentioned that his friend had worked on, like the controls just look shaky because of how you are interacting with it.
The other big problem with VR is a lot of it's not an uncommon thing to get pretty bad nausea when you're moving around with a controller, and that's not how your body is moving, but because you're in a headset, it feels like that's what your body should be doing. So when you get it's like almost guaranteed motion sickness.
Oh, well, actually, apparently most of the motion sickness comes from the latency that people have been trying to fix,
which is so gonna be difficult to get into that safety zone.
It is, but I don't know. I feel like
just like what Carmack is trying to do, try to punch this shit down.
He's been trying to do that shit with fucking Oculus since day one.
That's what it is. Like they're all trying to chase to the bottom.
I mean, until he stole it, but hey, man.
Yeah. But we need like fiber optic for fucking video.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's super really hard. I don't know if the technology is there yet.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Like I feel, but the thing is, if we wanted to succeed, we need to have
a
lot better pricing. We need to have. I really do. I think I'm not saying that this is the future. I'm not saying that this is what I permanently want for literally all of my viewing needs. But I think it would be something fun. I think would be a fun step in the right direction. At least with I want VR and AR to get better. I want to have newer content. I want to be more immersed because then that means I have more options as a player. To have more stuff.
In that mindset, I super don't. Here's the way it breaks down for me. I think you guys both know that I'm pretty pragmatic, and I try to buy things outside of, like, even Magic cards. That's the thing I buy that's not outside of food and bills and shit. That's the thing I buy, but those last a long time. I can, at least when I put money into Magic, I use it for a long time. Like, the thing for me about VR is I don't know if I would actually be using it enough to make myself justify it. But if I had AR, like, if my glasses, if I could spend $200 extra and get AR in my glasses, even just for something as simple as, like, keeping notes for myself, I would use that in a second and pay for it. That's why
I feel like that's
so
your
much more
preference.
interested in AR. Sure, but, like, I'd rather augment, like, I always want to augment what I'm already doing. I don't want to have to put on a headset and then step into another reality. I'd rather make what I'm doing around right now better.
I mean, that's one of the big issues I have with the hardware itself, is that once you put it on, I have no clue what's going on around me, and I start getting paranoid that something's going on in the room and I can't see.
But the thing is, it's like, but that's the thing, AR needs to be supported as much as VR. And right now, it's not really. Like, Google Glass fucking flopped, essentially.
Because that was a little HUD window on your glasses.
But that was the start, though. Like, that needed to go before they could even really start doing things.
Or you do HoloLens. And Microsoft, thank God, is just saying, fuck it, we're going to go for this.
Well, yeah, now that everybody started doing some shit with VR with the phones, they have something to go off with now instead of, like, Google just going off the deep end with it.
Yeah, but that was...
Like, that's also it, too. Like, some of these companies, they're going in half-cocked. Like, the Vive is a little... Exactly, but that they have to take gambles in order for, like, us to succeed as a society, and I am getting into that because that's how it is.
But that's why I'm saying I'd put my, like, sure, we definitely have to support these things if we want them to happen. That's why I'm saying if I could, I would support AR and not VR.
If I could, I would support both.
Well, sure, and if I had $1 million, I'd support both. But if I had to realistically pick one, or potentially pick none, I would pick AR, because the thought of just making things better all the time is so much more interesting to me than like being realistic. I'm living with Val now. It's not like, it's already bad enough when I come in here to play video games or do this podcast and I'm on my own. I don't want to then also be in a situation like, hey, you're sitting next to me on the couch, but I'm going to put this helmet on and be completely disconnected from you right now.
Yeah, I want to be somewhere else.
Yo, listen, my life fucking sucks dick.
My
I'll tell you right now.
Tyler, come on.
I do not want to be here.
Jeez.
If I could, once again, if I could VR into PUBG with a shock vest,
Tyler.
I 100% would. Like, I would throw all
this whole
of my money.
This conversation keeps reminding me. When I was a kid, I read the Pendragon series. I don't know if either of you heard of it or read it.
I feel like I have.
It was this young adult series about this kid who basically it's another like jumping between basically dimensions or planes, like magic, that kind of thing. And one of the books involves him going to a place where there's basically VR pods where you're just immersed and you live in your own complete, like it's super VR. You go to sleep and you just live in a pod and you go into your own reality that you can control. And basically the whole story of the series is that the villain is trying to, somehow he gains power from basically setting planes on a path to die. And in this case, it's the population is getting fucking addicted and they won't stop going into these machines, and more people are just going in and never coming out. And the book ends with the first loss. They successfully turn the machine off, and then the villain gets it turned back on, and even the few maintenance people left start just plugging themselves in and not caring.
Damn, get wrecked.
And I'm not saying that that's a future we're headed for in any way, but it's the kind of thing that makes me think about it. I'm like, I don't want to live in a fake reality. I get that it can be better, but I don't know. I
feel like there's like the Matrix analogy somewhere in here.
somewhere.
Probably, but imagine if you were almost like Neo in the Matrix, where you could, like, there's a scene where he goes in for a while as part of what he's doing, and in his own test reality, he can press a button and just, like, he thinks he's at home and he's like, man, I kind of want a pizza, and he presses a button and then the doorbell rings and the guy delivers a pizza. Like, and
I mean, technically we do that.
Yeah, but then the world still reacts and goes. It's not like he entered a cheat code and then just broke the game. The game adapts and keeps going.
Right.
But like,
no, I know.
I don't want to be living in that.
I'm trying to do hard drugs without actual hard drugs, Tim.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm saying.
Trying to get legally high.
I feel
here.
him just like face palming wherever he is. It's great. It's great. No, I understand though. No, I get it.
I mean,
I don't know.
Just...
I just want games, man.
See, I just like without that full immersion technology though, like it also like the way to get the full on gaming thing is you have the dumb circular treadmill thing, and then you have the disc around the person so they don't run off the platform like a fucking idiot. And it's like, but you can't actually see the ground, so you try to run and like you're wearing a headset so you don't hear the treadmill going scoosh 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 as you step on it and run. But like, oh, you step to the side too quickly, like you're dodging a bullet, and you just go flying because you fucking the treadmill can't keep up with you.
Yo, but we can't have that technology until we got at least a couple people breaking their noses. All right. You gotta have a couple.
Someone's always doing something stupid. Like, remember the warnings for the Wii remote? It's like, do not throw this at your TV.
Dude.
Yeah.
Every now and then
we've already had accidents. We have already had accidents. You want to talk about AR? We've already had some shit with Pokemon Go. People have died playing Pokemon
the guy
Go.
Who walked off the cliff.
Man, I don't even know if that's real, but
I bet
that was like the worst like augmented reality we've seen. Like,
yeah, Pokemon Go doesn't really count.
It was the closest you'll get.
It does.
It's the closest we've gotten to like a modern success
This is as
story
pilot. Yeah, this is as pilot as you'll get. So like, if everybody just decided to go start doing AR cold turkey.
See if it phones the worst.
No, dude, it's true. People have gotten hurt.
I'm sure
because they're too distracted.
The worst. I don't know. That's true too. Like AR has its own problems. VR, you can't have that problem because you're just locked in, but you sure as fuck can't go anywhere while you're in VR. Unless you're going to be that guy.
That's where Samsung VR proves you wrong.
Unless you're going to be that guy who sits on the bus and is like, okay, I know I have 10 minutes. Strap on my VR headset in the middle of this bus and wait.
Hell yeah,
wait that 30 seconds until you get beat the shit up and your headset ripped off and sold on eBay. God, could you imagine how fast someone would get mugged if they tried to use public transportation with a VR headset on? It would literally
if you're
be
trying to run
seconds.
through Patterson, yeah.
Oh my god.
Get rolled. You get rolled real quick.
The New York subway, you strap that thing on, some guy's gonna come up to you and just like fucking punch you in the side of the head and take it off your head and walk away.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been bouncing all over this topic. We should probably call it a day.
I think we kind of got all of our points across about how we feel about VR. We all
recognize
seem to enjoy it, but it's not quite there.
We all recognize that there's varied opinions here. Tyler could not love VR harder and be more on the VR get me out of this reality train.
No, I want augmented too, because I want. No, I can't say it. Never mind. It's too fucked up.
Oh no!
I can't say it.
Do it.
Let's just say I like VR a lot too, and I want this to be a thing too. That's all I'm saying. I'm sticking to it.
Oh God, Tyler, why?
Because.
All right, let's call it a day here, and let's talk about weeks.
That sounds good.
Tyler, what are you doing for your week?
Who, me?
You're
just Tyler here. Just Tyler.
Just Tyler. Oh no, I misheard. I'm gonna do my damnedest to see Justice League.
Oh man.
Because I'm trying to see it. I'm dragging Leslie with. It's gonna be all right.
I've heard such wildly different reports.
Yeah, the reviews have been all over the place. The guy,
I told you guys last week, CinemaSins B-, C-, F.
yeah, my comic book shop guy said he's like, yo, I'm trying to see it again.
What? Yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
comic book
Really?
shop guy.
True.
But you're also a comic book shop guy, so I don't know.
I am. I'm like light though.
You're
Like
that
my
comic
box
guy.
compared to everybody else's box there at the shop. Like I subscribe to maybe like 6 different like issues of stuff, like 6 different stories. Nah, motherfuckers there. They like get everything from Marvel and then they get everything from DC. I'm like, how?
Like, how much does that run you to do
Uh,
that?
For me or
Like for
to
these
like
guys,
these guys, at least 200. Like
but like how
maybe
frequently?
maybe like bi-weekly.
What?
Because you figure, so you get oh my god, like Marvel's the worst because Marvel you got so much shit and like sometimes they run like right now they're running 2 different Thor like
Oh my
stories.
Oh,
So you got Thor, so it's like right now you got Thor, Punisher,
God.
Thanos has a thing. Like there's so much shit.
Are they both girl Thor?
No. Right now there's a run going on with like all of the Thors. And then they kind of went back to like this classic Thor.
Huh.
It's weird. Like they got a bunch of stuff going on. Like they got 2 Punishers going on now. They almost had 3. They swapped it. So, spoiler,
Dude,
War
is
Machine-
Punisher really just huge? Punisher
Yeah,
seems so
Punisher-
fucking huge all the time.
yeah, I mean they're trying to push it. So like I've noticed when like a new movie or show comes out, they also try to crank out a new series with it. So like when Runaways came out, they also came out with a Runaways comic, but it continued from where it left off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It wasn't a brand new thing. So like with this Punisher, they brought out Garth Ennis, and not only that, they decided to take the Punisher from like that was in Civil War or whatever. Not the new, sorry, the that run that they just had,
Right.
and now this is gonna be ridiculous. But War Machine dies in Civil War 2. Right?
You mean like he
dies.
almost should have died in Civil War 1 in the movie?
Yeah, except he gets fucking wrecked. Like Miss Marvel, I forget who kills him. He gets in the crossfire between Iron Man and Miss Marvel, and he dies.
damn.
And so he's got his armor there, and then Nick Fury goes to the Punisher, and he's like, "Yo, I need you to fucking help me take out these guys,
Oof.
but you need to steal this piece of hardware." And it's War Machine's suit.
Oh man.
So the Punisher goes and steals War Machine's suit, and now he is War
Oh
Machine.
my god, that's fucking hype.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
fucking cool.
Tyler, here's a question for you since you're the Punisher, man.
Mm.
Has there ever been a Punisher that's not Frank Castle?
I mean, if you want to get into,
Please say no.
was it the Marvel 2099 shit?
No,
yeah, there
not
is.
that dumb bullshit. I'm being
Yeah,
real.
no, there hasn't been a
Yes.
single Punisher that hasn't been Frank
Oh,
Castle.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, that like if you've gone into any of the other like main timelines that aren't like Old Man Logan from the future, then yeah, like there's only been one Frank Castle, only one Punisher.
That is excellent. Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Because like I was just saying about female Thor and stuff, and that's fine if you change like a title like that, but the fact that
No, there's like 100 fucking. They got 100 Spider-Mans. You got fucking
I
Peter
know there are,
Parker,
but I'm
Yeah.
saying
Miles
especially,
Morales.
but like the fact that the Punisher is just his own dude is just excellent.
Yeah, I was trying to describe the Punisher to my one buddy.
Oh boy.
He was like, "So what's the Punisher's deal?" I'm like, he just wants to
He just
kill
wants to
everything.
kill criminals.
And he's like, "Well, no, like, what's his deal?
Dude,
Like, does he have
criminals-
powers?" I'm like, "Nah, he's just a regular dude with a
No,
gun."
here's the conversation. Dude, what's the deal with the Punisher? He wants to kill criminals. No, but what's his actual deal? All criminals must die.
Yeah, man, that's his shtick, man.
Dude, that's
It's
awesome.
pretty great.
Punisher's,
yeah,
Punisher's a true hero.
He's
As-
the
As fucking
Oh god.
what's his face knows, as Ghost Rider knows, Punisher is a true hero.
God damn. I regret nothing.
I have no
As we've read
regrets.
that one panel. Oh,
Dude,
shit.
that sounds like the best shit ever to see. Oh my god. That's spicy.
I want to see him take on more supervillains or heroes. He doesn't get written into that very often.
Anyway, speaking
yeah,
of
I have
which,
nothing else though.
just
Yeah,
as a
go
side
on.
note, I was just on my phone for a second and I saw a headline. Marvel or Disney might be looking to buy 20th Century Fox again.
Really?
Get the fuck
And
outta
the
here.
real reason
my
people
God.
actually give a shit is because that would bring the X-Men back under
Oh
the
my
Marvel roof.
Ooh,
And
that's
the director of one of the X-Men movies was already like, I want them in the MCU.
that's a super bold move, Cotton. But you know what? It would work though.
Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah,
It
but,
would work because X-Men time travel way too fucking much.
yeah, but like Disney would be such.
Oh,
too
they
much
would
of a
drop that
powerhouse.
fucking Deadpool real quick.
No. That would give Disney would be almost monopoly sized at that point.
Yeah.
It might actually be an issue.
Like that's legitimately
Yeah,
too
they
much.
might. Though I would like to see that though, because I think I've mentioned before, if they were to somehow make the MCU like if they give like, okay, you know what, Fox, just like do what you were doing with Old Man Logan and Deadpool, and just keep doing that. Oh yeah, by the way, we want you to make like a John Bernthal like Punisher movie and make it just make it go super hardcore.
Yeah.
It would just be amazing.
Regardless, it's
Disney. If you're listening, do this.
See, so much though, so much in Disney. That's like too
Yeah,
much, dude. Can't give them a monopoly. They already own Marvel and Star Wars, literally the two biggest movie things of our generation right now.
Yeah, they print money, man.
Dude, can you imagine how big Avengers Infinity War is going to be? Like we talked about the
movie of the
trailer being
decade.
good,
Budget.
but, like that is going to have people around the block to see that shit. They have to be putting like almost how much is it like an average movie do you think at this point? Like maybe 100 million for the top of the line?
Give or take. I could see that movie
This
being
movie has
like
to be at
$1
least
billion.
300. No, it can't be that
You
much.
don't
Oh,
think so?
earner? You mean earning?
What? Maybe earning more than that. Maybe.
Oh, earning probably definitely more. I was saying this has to cost at least $300 million with how much cast and everything is in this fucking
At
movie.
least.
Yeah,
No, at least definitely.
just the actors alone
The
before
actors
anything else,
alone are probably
ton.
like at least 100 million total. Cause like Robert Downey's like, dude, come on, if you want to make me in this movie, I need like
He gets
$50
paid so
million.
much fucking money.
It's so
I don't even
dumb.
think he's the
He
best
really
actor
does.
in the group
He's
though.
certainly
which is
not,
fucked up.
but you know why? Because you have to respect the fact that literally
Yeah, he started
the
it,
MCU
yeah.
wouldn't exist without him being fucking
Yeah, he started it.
Iron Man.
You gotta respect it.
It's funny. I haven't gone back, and it's probably been too long. Iron Man 1 is still one of the best movies in the whole fucking MCU.
It actually
so
is.
It set the standard, and I bet Marvel's probably like, you know what? It fucking sucks that we have to spend this much money on him, but goddamn, this and he knows it clearly. But like, dude, if he's gonna keep playing ball and keep being the same snarky motherfucker, we have a legacy here that no one else in history of movies has ever matched, and we're gonna fucking pay the bill for it and accept the history.
Except Robert Downey Jr.'s history?
No, the history of the Marvel movie.
MCU. Like honestly, it's
I
insane
know.
that they've kept these actors in as the same role for so many movies, and it's still going on. Like
unprecedented.
Like nothing like this has ever happened before, and it's honestly insane that it is happening.
And they're being rewarded for it. They made it work. And you can see how when it doesn't work, it looks like DC.
Damn. God damn.
Not wrong.
Look, Justice League did well overseas, but it's not killing it here. Justice League is not doing what it needed to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna shit talk anything until I see it.
True. All right,
That's just how I am as a person.
Freeman, let's do weeks so that we can call it a day here.
All right. I finished watching Stranger Things this week, so that opened up my watching schedule.
Quick thoughts, just quick.
Yeah,
just
quick thoughts.
Because we asked about it last week and you weren't
So,
done.
Like, it was good, but something about the ending left me feeling unsatisfied. I'm not sure how to put it. Like, there were some things they weren't touching, like with the whole like Nancy, Steve, Jonathan love triangle. Like, they kind of left us hanging
It's
there.
not really a love triangle anymore, honestly.
It's not, but like, what the hell's going on there? Like, I don't know. It wasn't bad, and
Dude, what's going on is that Steve is the greatest hero.
Yeah, Steve is the greatest
Steve
hero.
is the GOAT.
Dude, he went from worst to best character in the span of like not even half a season.
It's so funny because didn't he also kind of do that exact same arc in the first season? Like, I feel like he was just the shitty boyfriend who. But
like, I couldn't tell if it was genuine at the end, but like, it was 200% genuine this season.
It's
oh yeah, he was Mama Duck.
Dude, the hair shit. Freeman, the hair.
Oh my god. Yeah, where he's telling him what
God.
to do.
The hair
Dude,
is the best.
At the end, I was like, yo, if this kid doesn't put shit in his hair by the end of the season, I'm done. And then he did it, and I died. I actually died.
It's fucking gold, yo.
But like we were saying before, the issue with like having to marathon shows and not have discussion between episodes, I was very upset not being able to like have any discussions between episodes because everyone had either not started the show or finished it already. There was no in between. So like, I couldn't discuss any of the mystery or the intrigue in the middle. Now it's just kind of like, oh, what'd you think of it? And I was like, oh, it was good.
That is fair. Like, we do lose a lot by the wayside.
Yeah, but overall, it was very enjoyable.
Freeman, did you see the scene that I was gushing about 10,000 times with the cinematography?
I forgot which one you were describing. Which one was it?
It was when he's digging in the field and he steps into the cave and the camera does that
away flips. Yeah, dude.
And it's the greatest shot in like cinema ever for me. That was so.
It was so seamless. It was so cool.
He doesn't even say a word. It's just he's standing there and the camera's like, dun. No, but and that final bit, Freeman, the last episode, the final fight.
Oh my god, that was really cool.
It's pretty fucking spicy.
Special effects were top notch for that.
Yeah. Okay, so Freeman, now you can chime in also. I mean, obviously, it's kind of too late. Like, me and Tyler were talking, or I think we all talked about it, how we were talking about whether or not it should have just gone to a completely different story. You remember when?
Yeah,
Tyler,
we were
probably
talking about
this too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like this continuation wasn't necessary. It was nice, but they definitely could have done a different story with the same kind of theme or atmosphere to it.
So at this point, we're pretty locked in, unfortunately, because I think we talked about it, right? Tyler, you said that they are like jumping ahead in time.
Oh yeah, I was like, they probably would, yeah, if I were to.
Would you rather see it jump forward or new story?
Now, yeah, like with same characters or new characters?
No, new characters, completely new.
Yeah.
Freeman, what do you think? Now that you finish it, because this is more
if they're jumping forward in time, I'm gonna be pissed because like 80% of why I watch a show is I like synthwave and I like the 80s. So that if they change the whole aesthetic of the show, I might not enjoy it as much.
Okay, but say it was still in the 80s, or you could have a new story set completely in a different place. It's also the 80s. I would just on the 80s train.
I mean, I'd like to see what they do with a fresh set of characters and a new plot. Like, we're kind of locked into what's going on with.
I feel like we're in anime danger territory where like Elle is just so powerful. Like, she has almost godlike powers. The power creep is a problem right now.
She does. She's gotten really powerful, especially at the very end.
Yeah, the power creep is like actually though a real problem.
Now,
because clearly the lab can't. You can't do anything else with this fucking place anymore. Like, can we all agree that this is a terrible fucking idea?
No, we need one more go at it.
Oh my god,
third time's the
yeah, god damn it. All right, anything else, Freeman? Yes.
So I finished Stranger Things. I'm probably gonna actually start Mr. Robot this week because I need to catch up before the season ends, which is in like 2-3 weeks, I think. But I'll be watching that. I don't know what I'm doing in terms of anime though. I got to figure out what's going on there. But
dude, you can watch fucking Made in Abyss.
Oh yeah, I should start that one next. So all right, well it's been decided then. But my Guild Wars 2 group is on the verge of having everyone raid ready, so I don't know if I have to coordinate some shit or if I just get to procrastinate.
Speaking of raid ready,
No, but not
motherfucker
Destiny
Luigi
raid
just
ready
got on.
though.
Nah, I've got to like
No.
level up past level 6 in that game if I want to do anything.
Man,
Fucking
no one wants to play Destiny with me.
Tyler, come
It's
on.
not you. It's Bungie.
Fuck
Now,
you.
speaking of raiding, though, guess who just got registered as playing WoW on fucking on Discord just now?
Yeah.
Mister, I can't go to D&D this week.
Oh my!
Yo, Luigi got me the other day, man. I saw him. He was playing with 2 other people on Destiny, and I'm like, bro,
What a piece of shit!
it's like
Oh my God.
you wouldn't even play this. I got this game for you, and he's like, yo, my bad.
Oh my God.
My B, and then gone.
And then, but he's like later on, he's like, oh yeah, I can play now. I'm like, damn, dude, I'm trying to go to sleep now.
Dude, some of us actually go to bed instead of staying up till 2 in the fucking morning.
God damn it. Just want to play D&D. I want to play D2 the Mighty Ducks.
Gotta play that D&D, yo.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't played in a while.
We kind of haven't. 2 weeks ago was when Luigi bailed again, and then last week was Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Damn it.
Tyler, I'm sorry that this is happening with your game. I feel really fucking bad because my game we were lucky enough to get to play pretty consistently for our year.
It happens. You know what though?
Dude, all we have to do is chase Luigi out of the group and make him not our friend anymore, and then it will be fine.
Damn.
Damn.
No, the holidays sucks. Like
Yeah, it's
I will
hard.
say the holidays suck. It does. You know what? It doesn't help that he's got stuff going on, but like you know,
I don't
it is
man.
what
It's like his mom's 5th birthday this year or some
Dude,
shit. Like,
there's
it feels
always
like
a
he's always
goddamn thing. Like just fucking.
I just want him to give up
Get
one of his
banished.
raid days. Luigi, if you're listening to this later
Of course
on,
he's not.
give up one of your raid days.
No, he
For the
fucking
love of
won't.
God, fuck your clan.
Be like, what?
Hang
Tyler?
out with
What,
us.
You think I should raid more? That's a good point. I should raid.
Yeah,
more.
right. This motherfucker's got like 3 raid days. Fuck me.
No, he'll be like, oh, you're right. I should get rid of a raid day so I can switch to raiding Destiny that night.
God damn it.
Anyway.
That would actually infuriate me.
Absolutely. Anything else, Freeman?
Sorry, I opened my Facebook feed while you mentioned this, and just a stupid
Jesus.
like Mario Luigi joke came up. So we were talking
I
about
see
Luigi.
that you sent this.
Um,
God, I remember this one. I've seen this.
but what else? I want to say that's it. I played a good chunk of Pokemon over Thanksgiving break. I finally got to the point where it kind of splits from the original game, and they redid a lot of the totem battles, which for anyone who didn't play Sun and Moon, kind of replaced gym leader battles. And a lot of them are surprising. So I'm trying to avoid any kind of spoilers. I really like, because I went to like the 3rd one, and it was vastly different from the last game, and I really liked that they changed it up. So I'm kind of trying to make sure I go in blind for a lot of these, so that way I don't know about any the plot twists.
Right.
But overall, it's getting a lot better. The Pokemon selection is really good. They have a lot of my old favorites, so I'm able to build a much more, I don't know, team that resonates better with me in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely enjoying it more than Sun and Moon, but it still has all the problems. But that's it for my week.
As far as me, like I said, Val and I finished Made in Abyss, and now we're working on Food Wars. After that, honestly, I don't know. Oh, Freeman, I told Tyler this last night. So Val had us watch the first episode of Bleach because she wanted us to give Bleach a shot.
Oh man!
And I tried. I was trying to be on good behavior. I wasn't completely successful, but I was pretty successful of not making fun of it out loud and just in my head. But we got to the end, and Val's like, "We don't have to watch any more of this. This is not nearly as good as I remember when I was a kid."
Damn.
Hey, the first arc's just okay. It's that middle arc of like 26 to 70 that is like honestly maybe like top anime material. But outside of that gap, it's not worth watching.
Freeman, it's so I just like fuck the characters. Like I couldn't get over the first episode. They're such goobers. Oh my god.
They're such
Shut the fuck
goobers.
up so fast. Like the
Oh my
dad,
God,
like
his dad's the worst.
like no, the dad from Food Wars is the good version of the dad from Bleach. He fucking pushes his son, but he's not a huge douchebag about it. God. But I don't know. We'll start after that. As far as Let's Plays, or not even Let's Plays, I finished my New Game Plus playthrough of Evil Within 2 while we were waiting for you last night, Freeman. So I have now.
I'm really sorry about that
It's
nap.
okay.
That got really out of hand.
It's okay, but I have now beaten Evil Within 2 twice in the last 3 weeks.
Damn.
So I uninstalled the game. I am done for now, but that game is so good. The Let's Play is not even halfway over, and I've already beaten it from the Let's Play and beaten it again. That game's fucking great. Actually, my Dragon Age LP ended today after 92 parts. The last one went up. I have started recording The Witcher 3 because Shadow of War has a crashing problem where apparently it's not even me. It's like a decent number of people. 10 minutes in, the game just crashes. I tried every workaround for shutting off certain graphic settings, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. Even without recording, it crashes every 10 minutes. So Shadow of War is on hold until that potentially gets resolved. So I started Witcher 3, which is going to be even longer than Dragon Age probably. I barely got into it, but that game feels real good from the little bit I played. It's very deep, so I'm going to have to spend some time with it just playing it on my own to figure out what I'm actually doing. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So Evil Within is done. I don't have anything I need to record in that slot. I also am not doing my Force Unleashed Let's Play for December that I was originally planning on. I don't know what happened, but I had it working a few weeks ago when I talked about it, and now it just suddenly won't work anymore. I couldn't get it to record for more than 20 minutes without crashing, and then it started crashing every 30 seconds when I was recording. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm giving up.
Sounds awful.
Might try to find another Star Wars game. I might try to finally get my hands on Battlefront 2, maybe. Do the campaign for that, as I kept promising. I just want to get out of old games for a little while. I don't know what it is, but old games have been such a bane on my existence. I just want to play some new stuff for a little fucking 5 seconds. And then I go to Shadow of War, and that doesn't work. Witcher 3 works beautifully. That game is fucking drop-dead gorgeous. Maybe I'll play Darkest Dungeon. I've wanted to play that for a good while. And Tyler, I know you were just talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll probably find something to play. There's always something that
It's like a D&D dungeon crawl.
Yeah, it seems really neat. But I'm hesitant to play something that's that potentially slow and plotting while I'm also doing The Witcher. I like to have different things. People have been asking me to do strategy stuff. I might try to do a strategy recording in the near future.
Yeah, remember your roots, Tim.
Yeah.
What I've been saying comes
God.
back.
But yeah, so I'm not sure what's coming up, but Witcher 3 definitely will take the Dragon Age spot. 3 days from this recording will be the first episode release. But yeah, other than that, just working forever, trying to figure out what our Christmas plans are. I should find out tomorrow when I'm coming home and when when I can get off and when Val can get off. So we're gonna figure all that out. Yeah. Other than that, that's about it. So we're gonna call it a day here because we hit the 2-hour mark, as we always fucking do, even when we try not to. So thank you all very much for listening. We will be back next week. This is Tim.
This is Andrew.
Just Tyler.
Oh my God. And we are the TNT Podcast, and we will catch you guys next week. So thanks for listening.